Penguin Random House Audio presents Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. Revised and expanded, 2015. The breakthrough program for conquering anxiety, depression, obsessiveness, lack of focus, anger, and memory problems. This is the author, Dr. Daniel G. Amen. Preface to the new edition. Since Change Your Brain, Change Your Life was first published in 1998, so much has changed both in the field of neuroscience and at Amen Clinics. Our clinical experience in diagnosing, treating, and optimizing the brain has grown exponentially. We've expanded from one local clinic serving the people in Northern California to a nationwide group of clinics treating children, teenagers, and adults from 111 countries. Our database of brain SPECT, single photon emission computed tomography studies, the primary functional brain imaging study we use at Amen Clinics, has grown from about 5,000 scans in 1998 to well over 100,000 scans in 2015, making us one of the world leaders in applying brain imaging science to help people who struggle with emotional issues such as anxiety, depression, and bipolar disorder, behavioral challenges like addictions, weight control, or anger, cognitive problems such as brain fog or memory issues, and learning challenges including attention deficit disorder, ADD, also called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD. When Change Your Brain, Change Your Life was first written, the medical staff at Amen Clinics prescribed more psychiatric medications than we do today. Whenever feasible, we choose more natural ways to heal and support the brain, such as supplements and lifestyle interventions, nutrition, exercise, new learning, and so forth. While we still use medications when needed and believe they save lives when used appropriately, we firmly believe that treatment providers should first do no harm and use the least toxic, most effective treatments. It's not uncommon that a new patient will come for their first visit at Amen Clinics on 4, 5, or 8 different medications, and unsurprisingly, they're still suffering. One child actually came to our Reston, Virginia clinic on 17 different medications. We spend more time taking people off medications than putting them on new ones. Most of our new patients have never been offered healthy lifestyle or natural supplement options before coming to see us. At the time of this writing, Amen Clinics has published more than 60 scientific studies since the first edition of this book, on a wide range of topics from traumatic brain injury in professional football players to brain trauma, obesity, suicide, predicting treatment response for patients with ADHD, meditation, and the impact of nutritional supplements on the brain. In 2014 alone, we published or presented 20 new studies. Some of the concepts I wrote about in the original version of this book have changed as our experience has expanded and new research has been published. Of course, the core belief of the original book is still as valid today as it was in 1998. You are not stuck with the brain you have. You can make it better. You can change your brain and your life. In the last 17 years, we've developed and refined the method we use at Amen Clinics, the Amen Clinics method, which I'll explain in detail so you can benefit from it without ever stepping through the door of one of our clinics. One of my favorite examples of how you can change your brain, change your life, is our work with professional football players. Starting in 2009, Amen Clinics performed the first and still largest brain imaging study on active and retired NFL players at a time when most people were ignoring this critical issue. Our research demonstrated high levels of damage in players which was not a big surprise. Most thoughtful 9-year-olds would probably think it is a bad idea to repeatedly hit the organ that runs your life, even with a helmet on. But what really excited us was that on the Amen Clinic's Brain Smart program, the same one I'll discuss in this book, 80% of our players showed significant improvement, especially in the areas of blood flow, mood, and memory. In 2010, Pastor Rick Warren asked me and Dr. Mark Hyman to collaborate on creating a health program for Saddleback Church, which has one of the largest congregations in the world. Pastor Warren had seen me on public television talking about the dinosaur syndrome, a term I coined to describe new research that reported as your weight goes up, the actual physical size and function of your brain goes down. Big body, little brain, you are going to become extinct if you don't get your weight under control. That got Pastor Warren's attention. Together, the three of us created the Daniel Plan, a revolutionary 5-step program to get the world healthy through religious organizations: faith, food, fitness, focus, and friends. The first week, 15,000 people signed up for our program. Over the first year, they lost 250,000 pounds combined, more than a space shuttle weighs. Even better, participants reported better energy, focus, creativity, sleep, memory, and mood, along with reductions in stress, blood pressure, blood sugar, sexual dysfunction, and many medications. The Daniel Plan is now being implemented in thousands of churches around the world, from Hong Kong to Johannesburg, Manila to São Paulo. Another feature of this edition is a focus on getting you physically healthy. I don't want you to be a dinosaur. In addition, we developed the Brain Warrior concept, which you'll hear about throughout the book. As I work to get myself and those I serve truly healthy, it is clear to me that we are in a war for the health of our brains. Virtually everywhere we go, someone is tempting us with bad food that will kill us early, putting toxic thoughts in our minds by pushing us to watch horrific news events over and over, or working to addict us to the latest gadgets that interfere with our relationships. To achieve optimal mental performance, we have to have the mindset of a brain warrior. Over the last 17 years, I've had the opportunity to present the information in this book to millions of people. My 10 national public television specials have aired more than 80,000 times across North America. I've also been blessed to talk to medical and mental health professionals, judges, and government officials around the world, including those at the National Security Agency, NSA, the National Science Foundation, NSF, Harvard's Learning in the Brain Conference, the Department of the Interior, the National Council of Juvenile and Family Court Judges, and the Supreme Courts of Delaware, Ohio, and Wyoming. I've spoken at medical schools and participated in debates about brain imaging at national medical meetings. This edition of Change Your Brain, Change Your Life offers you the latest research and thinking at Amen Clinics to help boost your brain and the brains of those you love, which will in turn improve everything in your life and theirs. Part 1. How Imaging Changes Everything. Your Brain, a brief primer. Your brain is the most amazing organ in the universe. It is the organ responsible for learning, strategizing, loving, creating, and behaving. As such, it's important to know about it, love it, and maybe even be a bit obsessed with it. The human brain.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?